Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, everybody. How are we doing? Hopefully we are doing well today. So I have another video for you guys that we're going to take a look at. As usual, and I'll try not to do too much talking before I show you the video, try to cut down on that part of it. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you this video.
Court orders 50-50 custody, which is equal time, equal rights, and equal responsibility of children. Why is there still a custodial parent? And why is it always seem to be mom? Here's what's wild. We live in a world where women have fought for equality, and we should have it. Equal pay, equal opportunities, equal everything. That fight was valid. And ladies, we got that. But somehow equality goes right out the window the moment a mom gets a child support order written when they have 50-50 custody. Mom have the same number of days as dads do. They are both feeding the children, clothing the children, keeping the lights on. Dads are already financially supporting the children in real time. Every day they have them on their 50% of the time. So why are dads writing a check also? To say a mom needs a monthly payment when custody is truly equal is actually insulting to women. It infantizes us, but I guess it's okay to let the world know that you aren't a strong, independent woman, because accepting that order when moms have 50-50 custody is saying, I can't do this without a man's money. That's the opposite of strong and independent. That's the opposite of equality. But some moms want equality in every room except two of them. The one where the child support check gets signed and written out to them, and the other one where they get custody of their children because they're deemed that the children need them more. Either we're equal or we're not. Pick one. Because what I'm hearing is a lot of women saying, I can't even take care of my children on my 50% of the time without the support of a man. That doesn't sound like women empowerment. That sounds like women's inability to be a parent, to be an adult, to financially support their children. Because ladies, in case you needed the reminder, equal shouldn't only count when it benefits you. But that's what's happening a lot of times with child support and custody, isn't it? Like, comment, and repost if you agree. When a court orders...
Now, we all understand about the biases of court, custody, this, that. So I'm not gonna beat that dead horse necessarily. The part about her video that struck me was it was yet another video of a woman having to walk down feminism to feminists. And I think that it is very interesting how women who supported feminism and things of that nature, at whatever level they did it, have to now come back and remind the women, you remember what you fought for? Well, this is what it looks like in real time, in action. So she's saying that if 50-50 custody, there's a court order for 50-50 custody, right? The mother and the father get an equal amount of time spent with the child, okay? The child spent X amount of time with the dad, X amount of time with the mom, okay? Now, she was saying, why does it have to be custodial? It's going to have to be custodial at some point. Somebody got to be the custodial parent just for things like what school they're going to, you know, what's the primary residence type of stuff. But other than that, she's saying that when he has the child, he's not asking you for no money. If there's 50-50 custody, then there should not be simultaneously child support going either way. But she's speaking specifically from father to mother, because she's saying if you're the mom and you have 50-50 custody, the judgment is 50-50 custody. When the child is in your care, why do you need this man's money in a court order to be sent to you, a specific check cut at a specific time to you? Why? Shouldn't you be working? Shouldn't you be responsible for your half? That's literally your half. If the child is with you, that's literally your half of rearing, resources, taking care of the child, whatever you got to do, whether it's school or whatever the case may be. Your time is your time, which also means your resources are being spent on the child when the child is with you. Same thing that he's going through. When the child is with him, you as the mother expect him to fork over the money. You don't expect him to ask you for no money. That's your child. He with you. Equal. And she's basically saying, why is it that you don't want equality in this particular sense? Because remember that we fought for that as women. We fought for the right to have jobs and to have money and to have access. And trust and believe, I'm not against that. Personally, me. Because I don't have to be a feminist to be with that, because that's included in Islam. Islam gave us those rights 1,500 years ago. Okay? The right for a woman to work, inherit, own, all of that. Okay? They just not doing it. They just not doing it. And you like the bias that the court has in your favor. But why should you get money? The solution, if you need money from that man, regardless of y'all literally splitting the time half and half with that child, and half your resources and the father's resources go to the child, get a child to the daddy. Get a child to the daddy. Just do it. Unless that man is unfit, somehow he can't take care of that child, just give him to the, you're not going to be able to escape needing the men. And that's ultimately what these women have been trying every which way to do. Trying to circumvent the men. You cannot circumvent the men, especially the men you laid down and had kids with. You can't circumvent him if you want to. Y'all study trying to act like y'all know how to do this stuff and y'all able to do this, that, and the third. What was the point of y'all trying to get money and jobs and work and money and this, that, and the third if you still need his couple of dollars? If y'all was together in a household, we don't have this conversation. But since y'all not, y'all be forgetting that when y'all get divorced, he don't divorce the kid, but he do divorce you. You are not his responsibility anymore. The child, however, is always his responsibility. That's why you give the kids to him. That's why you do it. You give the children to their father because the children are always the father's financial responsibility. Those are his children. And you be the weekend mama. or be the 50-50 mama, whatever. But those children should be primarily with him. Even Islam tell us that. And y'all so greedy and tunnel vision that y'all don't even get that kind of wisdom. Y'all don't even get the wisdom of that. In Islam, if there happens to be a divorce and children were a part of this marriage and this family, unless that baby is a little bitty baby that actually really do need their mama more, once that divorce is finalized, them kids go to their daddy. Period. Again, unless he's really incapable of doing that, he's unstable, he cannot do it, whatever the case. Other than that, them kids go to him. Y'all be so busy trying to wear some type of bootleg badge of honor about how hard it is to be a single mom, and you ain't even got to do it. You don't even have to do it. All you have to do is send them kids to their daddy. But y'all so busy trying to use the kids as a pawn. Y'all be trying to use the children in this way and that way to try to punish. Y'all be still trying to have control over a man or in a man's life that's no longer with y'all. It's not even worth it. Y'all don't even get the wisdom of that. That free y'all up. It freed the women up. It was designed to do it. The way Islam got it set up is designed to free the woman up. After the divorce, free her. Those children belong to that man. It makes it a lot easier for her to figure out what she gonna do for if she ain't already got income and stuff like that. To figure out her income, figure out how she gonna live without the added pressure of trying to figure out how her kids gonna eat and live too. Let them be stable. Let the kids be stable. And not to say you aren't stable. You can be stable too, but let them kids be stable with their dad. But y'all be doing too much with these checks and her having to walk y'all down the path of feminism. Y'all realize y'all fought for equality, right? The right to have bank accounts and money and this, that, and the third. Like I said, which I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't have no problem with that. I'm very much an advocate of women being able to have their own income. But y'all still be wanting to get something from this man that y'all think y'all deserve some type of way. The children deserve his provision, not you, not anymore. We severed that tie. The divorce relieved him of his responsibility to you. And it relieved you of the responsibility of those children. See the equity? He's relieved of dealing with you, trying to protect you, get all that. He no longer has to do any of that with you. You are not his responsibility anymore. How you live your life, he's not responsible anymore. You not responsible for the kids. You can still be a mama, but you're not financially responsible no more. That's what I mean. You're not financially responsible no more. But that's what struck me about that clip, the level of greed and entitlement. That the women have, thinking that that man still owe you something. You personally owe you something. After the divorce, he done moved on. You supposedly have moved on. Y'all be wanting alimony in perpetuity. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why should a man be financially responsible for you when he ain't married to you? It's been years and he still got to cut you a check. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's why I love Islam so much. Islam don't have alimony. I've explained this before. Because see, in Islam, technically speaking, the husband is responsible for the provision of the wife, food, shelter, clothing, the necessity things, according to his means in an adequate manner. That is what he is responsible to do. Technically, he ain't got to give you no cash. Technically. Now, me and Will go ahead and fork you over some money, you know, if they not too tight with it. But technically, he got to give you no cash. This is why I'm an advocate of a woman having some income with a couple of dollars scratching around in her pocket. But y'all selfish. Y'all don't even know how to do that. Y'all don't even know how to do that in a healthy way. After a divorce is finalized in Islam, that man is no longer financially or otherwise responsible for you. He's just not. You no longer have an entitlement nor a right to come to him and ask him or demand from him any kind of provisions. I had heard that they had done that. Good. Do away with lifetime, because that's stupid anyway. Lifetime alimony is ridiculous. I want to go. I'll probably do an early commercial break. Because I want to talk about something else completely different. And I didn't, they're two different things, but I didn't think that they deserved two different shows. I don't really know how alimony works. I think that's how alimony works. The wife stopped getting alimony when she gets remarried. That's the stipulation. If she gets another husband, then she don't get alimony no more. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to go to an early commercial break. After these messages, we'll be right back. I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best, then please click on the link pinned to the top of the chat. You need this body butter right here. If this is your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. And here we go.
One, two.
It feels amazing. I like how it's making you do the push.
This right here is official. Never really saw anything like this before. How do you know when you're doing a proper push up? You gotta go all the way down, chest touching the floor, coming back up full extension. But now that you told me how to do it, now how you know when you're doing it? You don't know, and you won't know unless you have what it is. Nah, that was fire. That was fire. Make sure it keeps you accountable. Accountability is everything. So
incredible. You can't cheat.
great.
Go all the way down and all the way up, and that's one solid rep. Good money.
That's it. It's no arguing, no debating, no questioning. All the way down, all the way up. You got to start and finish the same way. She got my shit.
Fucking crib right now.
Oh, where is this thing? So the link is now pinned to the top of the chat to unlock your VIP exclusive offer, theproperpush.com/VIP. For those of you who don't know what the proper push is, it is a revolutionary new push-up enhancement machine. It corrects form. It enhances your push-up form, because when you think about it, there's nothing on the market that actually makes sure that you do a proper push-up. Really nothing. There's things on the market that might count your push-ups, but you don't know whether or not you're doing a proper rep. Everybody knows you're supposed to go all the way down and all the way up. But the question that the proper push answers is, when are you doing a proper push? Not how to do a proper push, but when are you doing it? But it also trains you on how to do that. With the counter on the bottom and the counter up top, you have to hit your chest on the bottom button and your back on the top button in order to complete a rep. The proper push will not count push-ups if that's not happening. Even for those who don't really have the strength to do push-ups, aren't really good at push-ups, there is a plank mode, and that's really for beginners and anybody who wants to do planks or wants to get their form correct in order to start doing push-ups. It has a timer mode, which usually the more seasoned athletes use timer mode just to see how many proper push-ups they can do in a specific time frame. And also there's the count mode, the basic mode, to make sure that everyone is doing a proper push-up from the first rep to the last rep. So in order to support, all you have to do is click the link at the top of the chat, put your email in and verify it. In order to unlock your VIP exclusive offer, you need to be on the lookout for your VIP email in order to secure your spot, which are only 100 spots. All right. So I had something else that had sort of been on my mind a little bit. A couple of things. Actually, my timeline has been flooded with all of the recent cases, the Carmelo Anthony things. Not even so much the Rick Child. That Rick Child case got swept under the rug really bad. They don't. They don't. Just to touch back on that. A large percentage of women are just in their own selfish bubble, and they're not even thinking about the bigger picture and why they should not participate. Aside from the moral and integrity part of things, they're just not paying attention. They're just not paying attention. Women are super entitled. And it's gotten to a point, well, it's been kind of past the point for me, of the entitlement. They don't know why they shouldn't participate. I wanted to touch something real quick. As you can probably guess, I'm not going to be here too long. I wanted to touch on something very small. And there are times where I don't know where to put certain stuff. This is a little bit different. This is off the court subject matter, but I still wanted to touch it.
Gym the other day, and after I was done with my workout, a guy came up to me, handed me a note, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, in this note, it's going to probably have his number or his social media. I don't open it at the time. I put it in my bag. I said, I'll read it when I'm done with like the gym itself. So I go into my car after I'm done with my workout, and I look at the note. Matter of fact, let me where's the note? Where's the note? Hold on. I have the note here. Actually, here it is. I have the note. It says respectfully, with all due respect, but I said respectfully, you're incredibly beautiful. From Superman. So I thought when I read that, I thought it was cute. It was flattering. I was like, oh, this is really, okay. Because again, a lot of dudes don't even, nobody's writing notes anymore. Nobody's writing letters or whatever the case. So I write about it. I say, hey ladies, how do you feel if X, Y, Z? Now this is where I have the issue. You have women saying, why would he write Superman? Oh my God, if he wrote Superman, that is so cringe. You're a grown-ass man. Use your words. Somebody said, oh, I don't go to the gym to be called beautiful. I wouldn't like that. Why we always got to be complimented on our looks? Like, people were just like, finding something negative about it, right? Oh, why are we writing notes? Are we in second grade? And honestly, I can see why men don't really want to approach women. Because if he had just approached me mid-set or whatever the case and just talked to me, y'all would have had an issue about it. It's like, y'all always have something. There's like, it's just for some reason, y'all always have an issue with what men do. If you do, he do. If you don't, he don't. For some reason, he's still wrong. What is the problem?
The one thing I know about a grown ass.
A lot of women are starting to notice other women's foolishness. A lot of women are starting to notice other women's foolishness. I got one more video to show. This lady that we just saw was approached by a man in the gym in a way that she thought was flattering. She liked it. She thought it was cute that he wrote a little note, and you know what I'm saying? There was a certain, I guess she thought a certain innocence to that, a certain cuteness to that, and she was flattered by it. She thought it was nice. Apparently, she thought it was respectful and things of that nature. So, in short, she did not see anything negative. When she took it to social media, though, the level of negative comments, and she was like, oh, this is why the men don't approach y'all, because y'all crazy. The men don't approach y'all because y'all crazy. Everything is wrong with how he do something. And she couldn't fathom it. She like, okay, well, what was wrong with the little note? And I hope she don't let those women's entitlement and foolishness make her see that interaction differently in hindsight, because apparently she likes that guy. And he liked her. And he approached her. And the approach was just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. She didn't see anything wrong with it. And she thought it was cute. And I'm not even going to say it was a mistake for her to bring it to social media. I think, like I said before, social media is a gift and a curse at this point. Because she was able to see how silly and goofy a lot of women are. Because a lot of these chicks get on social media to have an echo chamber, and it don't even be making sense. The echo chamber don't be making no sense. Now, the reason why I wanted to touch that wasn't to focus too much on it. My thing was about that video was women seeing other women foolishness and not standing behind it. Now I got another one that circles back to the whole court thing. And how this woman she's down with the foolishness. Now listen to this little scenario.
Ex-wife and I have a 12-year-old daughter together, and a couple weeks ago, my ex signed up my daughter for this horse riding summer camp, which is fine, but the camp costs $2,000. She never asked me about it. She just signed up for our daughter and paid the deposit, and then she called me afterward and said, "Hey, you owe half." We have shared custody, and she made the decision for both of us, and then she handed me a bill, but we were supposed to decide this stuff together. Am I being selfish and punishing our daughter because I don't want to pay? My theory is if I pay now, my ex will just keep doing things like this. I kind of want to teach her the lesson of, hey, I'm not going to pay for everything.
Brian, your feelings are valid, and I see where you're coming from. However, I would hate for your daughter to become collateral damage while you're trying to teach your ex-wife a lesson. So I think in this situation, we let the daughter go to camp, but then have a discussion with your ex-wife and be like, I'm doing this now, but next time when it's this big of a purchase, it needs to be a discussion. Otherwise, you're going to have to be the one to tell her why she can't do it. Honestly, and if it's that bad, like, let's get it in writing at this point.
That is
Now, before I let the guy cook, I want y'all to look at this chick. Now, this is apparently some type of radio show. If you heard it properly, or let's say you wasn't listening, the caller's issue is that him and his ex-wife have a 12-year-old daughter. The ex-wife signed the 12-year-old up for some type of activity, but the activity cost $2,000. Now, she made this decision unilaterally without talking to the father and without asking him nothing. Then she wanted to spring on him he got to pay half. So his thing was, well, you didn't even ask me. So at this point, you might have to have a talk with our daughter or whatever about why she can't attend this activity, because her mom decided to sign me up for a bill that I didn't ask to pay. This chick, thank you so much, Lydell, for supporting the channel, and I appreciate that support. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Now, this chick, when you look at her, she got on some type of judge robe, like she know what she talking about. I'm gonna let him cook, and then I'm gonna cook her.
is not fair. That is not, I don't care if it's for the kid. I don't care for what. And I'm sorry if that breaks your heart that you're not going to horseback riding camp. Call me insensitive. My kid's not going to horseback riding camp because you decided that like you wanted to go spend $1,000 without asking me.
Okay, so I really hate this for dad because here's the play with mom. So
I agree with the guy. The little girl is gonna have to be crestfallen. And I would not be the one to solely explain it to her. I would give my daughter my side because she's 12 and she old enough to get the different concept. Matter of fact, I changed that. Whether her mama explain it to her or not, I'm going to explain it to her as the daddy. I'm going to sit her down. And I'm going to explain to her why she cannot go to horseback riding. And I will do it in a way that is the truth without necessarily trying to demonize her mama. Your mother, I know you want to do horseback riding. It's really fun. I would like for you to do horseback riding. However, your mother made that decision without me. I don't know if she can pay for your horseback riding by herself or not. But she asked daddy for half the money, and daddy don't have half the money right now to pay for your horseback riding, baby. So either mama gonna have to come up with all of it, or you might have to wait till next time. I'm daddy sorry. Daddy sorry. And answer whatever kind of question she got. Without the daughter, get Miss Thang on the phone. Don't you never do that. Next time you sign her up for something, you better be prepared to pay the whole bill, because you sign her up for something that costs thousands of dollars and then don't ask me nothing, but you want me to pay. We will not do. And I will record that phone call. That we will not do. So if you want her to be in an activity, I don't mind her being in an activity, but springing a bill on me because you think if you go ahead and do it, then I'll be obligated to pay it. No. 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 Absolutely not. I would have that talk with my baby just so my baby could get the reason why I'm not paying, and don't allow the mother to spin a narrative about why. Your daddy just don't care about you. We're not going to have that. I'm going to explain. I'm going to sit my baby down face to face and explain to her. I know you want to go. You got excited about the horse. I'm going to do all that. I'm going to poo-poo and tutu and everything. And when the baby ain't around, she finna get blessed out. Don't do that. What you think you doing? Well, I was just, yeah, right. That might be another route that I would take as the father. Where's this horseback riding place? I would ask the baby, where the horseback riding place? And call him and ask him what the fee is. What's the fee? And I would have everything documented. Don't do me. Don't do me. Do not do me. Because we're not about to play the game. And that's what I wanted to point out. They use the kids to play a game with the dads. And so the child is like monkey in the middle. And sometimes the child don't know who, you know what I'm saying, is doing what? All they know is I'm not getting to do the stuff that I want to do, or this, that, and the third. So they don't know who's quote unquote at fault for it. So you will have children growing up thinking they daddy didn't like them and didn't love them and didn't want them to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And all this other kind of stuff, come to find out they mama was the one playing games. I disagree with Miss Thing talking about just do it this time. No, because you give an inch, they take a mile. You got to be able to pinpoint when they're doing stuff just absent-mindedly and when they're specifically doing stuff and on the surface it don't seem like it is what it is, but we all know what it is. Don't let them do that. They do too much with these kids, using them as whatever kind of pawn in whatever kind of mind game that they play. Y'all so busy playing mind games. That's why y'all can't better yourself as people, because you so busy trying to play a mind game with another grown person. That's why you can't move on. The men be moving on. But you be stuck in the same situation because y'all be spiteful, vengeful, petty, thinking of ways to be petty with the man, thinking of ways to be spiteful with him, that you can't even figure out how to just move on and be a regular person and be a regular mama. Y'all be mad that y'all still be liking the men. You be fixated on him. What he doing? Who he with? None of your business. You don't have to mind your business. Study trying to call, see what you can hear in the background. It got nothing. You gonna mess around and hear some stuff you don't want to hear. How about that? Be stuck on whatever the man did wrong, and he might have did some stuff wrong. We are not here to say that in every situation breakup the men was perfect and the women was horrible, and that's why he might have did a bunch of stuff wrong. But why you can't move on and be better? That's the question. He might have did everything wrong from A to Z, but y'all done broke up now, so why come you can't do better? Because if he was that bad, you shouldn't be fixated on it, baby. You should have been so glad to get him out of your hair. Especially that girl, 12 years old, baby. Me and him would not have a whole bunch of conversations. I promise you that. Because she can talk to her daddy on her own. I promise you. Y'all be sticking around, y'all claim these men so bad, and maybe they is. Maybe let's play along with it. The men be messing up all the time. Okay? So move on. Why are you worried about what he doing? I didn't even watch that, the Geno Smith thing, because I was still stuck on Big Tigger and his wife or ex-wife or whoever she is. I guess they get a divorce or whatever. Getting online talking about he whooped her. But how you online, quote unquote, with a whooped up face, but you still trying to be cute, flipping your braids back. Girl, you either beat down or you cute. Which one? I'm sorry. That may seem petty, but when women are really trying to advocate for themselves and they have really gotten beat down and messed up, they don't be trying to be cute. Even if they're trying to have a cry for help, they don't be trying to be cute with it. Like, listen, because this right here not even cute. This is not cute. Nothing is cute. Now, she did appear with like her face was a little something, but we don't know how that happened. She just saying it was him, but we don't know if it was really him or not. And if Gino is whooping you down, he a whole athlete. Why you follow him around? Now that part I did see. She following him around with the phone. See, I'm telling you, I done seen women be beat down. They be trying to get out. They be trying to get out. Get out. They be trying to get out. They do not be wanting to be around the men at all. Because they be tired of getting whooped up. I might look more into that Gino thing. Because when certain things be happening, I be trying to let other information come out before I just jump. Because like I said, I didn't watch her whole video. I kind of just saw the first few seconds. I'm like, is she following that man around with that phone? Anyway, I'm on up out of here, y'all. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host is the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.